The following is a presentation on the Donniesport 17 Network.
Welcome to the football show on the Donniesport 17 Network on YouTube. Woo!
Welcome to the Donniesport 10, top 10 field goal kickers in the NFL. We're going to wrap up our series, and recently in the NFL playoffs, the two kickers that I have in my top 4 kind of stubbed their toe, so to speak. They missed some key field goals that could have sent their team further down the field, further down the playoffs. And the sad thing about missing a field goal when the stakes are high, the fans and the press will remember you for the miss rather than the body of work. And for number 4 and number 3, they're gonna have to live with that for a while until they make that up and kick a field goal that has some significance. So with that in mind, the number 4 field goal kicker, if you recall, the playoff game against Seattle and Minnesota, this field goal kicker had a chance to put the Vikings in the next round. It was a cold day in Minnesota, and all you had to do was hit a chip shot 27-yard field goal. Unfortunately, that field goal sailed to the left. And for fans in Minnesota, they'll have to live with the fact that this guy missed a small chip shot field goal. They're not going to remember 10 straight field goals from 50 yards or more. That is what Blair Walsh is all about. He made the long ones, but yet they're going to remember him for that little small chip shot that he missed. Of course, he's just now getting started, drafted in 2012. He has lots of football to go. So he will have his opportunities to make up for that one loss in Minnesota that could have put the Vikings in the next round. At number 3, well, let's just say the number 3 and number 2 field goal kickers have one person in common. A quarterback been in the news a little bit for deflated balls and cheating and all that stuff. But when this quarterback is on, he will put his field goal kickers in position to win ball games. And for one, Stephen Gostkowski, he had a chance to do that against the Denver Broncos, but he missed the simplest extra point, and that was the difference between the Patriots going back to the Super Bowl and repeating as world champions. They will remember that. They're not going to remember the fact that he leads the NFL in extra points made, and extra points made in the postseason. New England fans are not going to remember that. Therefore, they're going to have to settle for that best field goal. Like I said, Stephen Gostkowski, he'll have his opportunities. As a matter of fact, he made a field goal that put the Patriots in the Super Bowl and contributed to last year's Super Bowl championship run. So with that said, we have the last 2. At number 2, is a field goal kicker, was on that same Patriots team that went to Super Bowl 36 in New Orleans, along with a very unproven Tom Brady, and their job was to take on a fast-paced St. Louis Rams team that won the Super Bowl the previous year. And you know what? For a while they had the Rams beat, up 17-3, but the Rams rallied and tied the game late. But the rookie Tom Brady got off the bench, rallied the Patriots, and put this field goal kicker in position to win a game. More likely, win a Super Bowl. With the stakes on, he came through. Adam Vinatieri, who completed his 19th season in the NFL, the oldest field goal kicker in the NFL, oldest player in the NFL, and he's still kicking, and kicking well, with the Indianapolis Colts. Some of his stats, very simple. He's the only field goal kicker to score 1,000 points for 2 teams in the history of the NFL. Plus, he also won a couple of Super Bowls with New England as well. So if Andrew Luck rallies the Colts, he has an experienced Mariner ready to get off the bench in case they need to win a field goal. So with that in mind, the number 2 field goal kicker on my list, Adam Vinatieri. And now, there is one. And I wish this field goal kicker would have much more opportunities last year. After all, the Dallas Cowboys, many people thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl. But unfortunate things happened. Tony Romo went down. Des Bryant went down. And with that, so went the Dallas Cowboys. 4-12 won't cut it in Dallas. Yet one of those 4 victories was won on a field goal. And guess who did it? The guy that won the Luke Rosa Award for best field goal kicker in college football back in 2010 when he played for Oklahoma State. He's also the most accurate field goal kicker in the NFL. More than likely, when he's called upon to make a field goal, he usually makes them, and makes them well. As a matter of fact, Dallas Cowboy broadcaster Brad Sham said it best. He wished he would do everything as good as Dan Bailey kicks. I second that. I wish my day would be just as good as Dan Bailey. With that in mind, the number 1 field goal kicker on the Donniesport 10, Dallas Cowboys, Dan Bailey. And there you have it, the top 10 field goal kickers in the NFL. Coming up on the 7th of February, the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers gonna do in San Francisco. Sure, everyone's gonna showcase the quarterbacks, Cam Newton, Peyton Manning, young gunslinger against the guy who's pretty much done it all. But while both those teams will be slinging and throwing the balls left and right, if it comes down to field goal kicking, the 2 field goal kickers better be ready to make history, good or bad. And speaking of history, in the history of the Super Bowls, and there were 50 of them, 5 games were decided on a field goal, good or bad. And if it comes down to a field goal kick to win the game and to win a title, no one doesn't want to be Scott Norwood. Thank you for watching the Donniesport 10. Top 10 field goal kickers in the NFL. More Donniesport football show and a whole lot of things coming down the pike. Keep it here on the Donniesport 17 Network. Whoa! Batman did it! 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 Batman did it!
Hey, do you mind if I use that?
Go ahead!
Thank you, bro.
Batman did it!